For a long time, I believed that waiting was a sign of wisdom. I thought that responsible people knew when to pause, when not to rush, and when to hold back. Waiting felt like a form of self-control, not avoidance. I told myself that once the timing was right, things would naturally fall into place, that clarity would appear, that confidence would follow, that conditions would somehow improve on their own. So I waited. I waited for motivation to feel strong enough. I waited for fear to feel smaller. I waited for a moment when action wouldn't feel so uncomfortable. What I didn't notice at first was how waiting slowly became my default response. Instead of asking, "What can I do now?" I started asking, "Is now really the right time?" The problem with waiting is that it feels reasonable. It sounds logical. It doesn't attract criticism. From the outside, it looks like patience and planning. But internally, nothing moves forward. Life remains paused, even though time continues to pass without permission. Days turn into weeks, and weeks quietly become years. Most people don't destroy their future with one dramatic mistake. They do it through small delays, repeated over and over again, until delay becomes normal. They avoid starting because they want to feel ready. But readiness is rarely something you feel before you act. It's something that develops because you act. Fear doesn't disappear when you wait. Doubt doesn't fade by itself. In fact, they often grow stronger the longer you avoid the things that matter. Waiting creates the illusion of control. It feels like you're choosing safety, but in reality, you're slowly giving up control to hesitation. Every excuse feels harmless in the moment. One more day, one more plan, one more round of preparation. Each delay seems small and justified. But these small delays quietly shape your habits. And habits shape identity. Over time, you begin to see yourself as someone who hesitates instead of someone who acts. Staying where you are begins to feel safer than moving forward, even when you know staying still is slowly costing you opportunities. The truth is simple but uncomfortable. There will never be perfect conditions. Something will always be missing. More time, more energy, more certainty. And if you wait for those things to appear before you start, you will always find a reason to delay. Waiting feeds itself. Action does not require confidence. Confidence is often built after the action is taken, not before. Movement creates clarity, not the other way around. Action does not require confidence. Confidence is often built after the action is taken, not before. Movement creates clarity, not the other way around. Real change begins the moment you stop negotiating with yourself. When you decide that action matters more than comfort, even if the action is small. You don't need a dramatic leap or a complete transformation. You need one honest step forward, taken without guarantees and without perfect timing. Because the future you want isn't destroyed by mistakes or failure. It's destroyed by waiting for a moment that never comes. And the moment you choose to act, you take your future back.